Greetings, everyone. Hello, my fans in the UK. Well, let's start by getting the rambling out of the way. Gaelic. For all of our Irish fans out there, I'm sure there's a lot of you. Yeah, does anyone speak it anymore? Does anyone actually speak Gaelic anymore? It's a very interesting language. But do people actually speak it? I'm just wondering. We were just curious.
I think it's a good question.
I think it's a very good question.
Please. And we're not ignorant.
Well, I'm not ignorant because I knew that Ireland was not a part of the
I told him the
kingdom.
story. You probably people don't remember it, I'm sure.
He thought Ireland was a part of
I was unsure. We're going to finish.
I learned that in grade school.
Finished. We're finished. This is over. So this video has a very interesting topic, as you can tell from the title, which is...
Again, I've yet to see a title, so I don't know what you're referring to.
I think the title will be something to the effect of a very early... I'll figure it out.
WrestleMania 27 thought.
Yeah, right. This is our thoughts. Way early. Way too early.
So WrestleMania is in Atlanta this year, which is about a 5.5, 6 hour drive. From
five solid hours.
Good old P-Cola. Wings of Gold. Anyone ever see that show?
This is actually the closest. Houston and Orlando were about the same distance, and then this is going to be even shorter. See, these are the interstates that I would take. You see, to Orlando.
What? I-10
to Houston.
I-10
and then to
I-35, 65.
Okay, this is getting off to a really bad start.
It is because you're rambling so much. So the point of this video was tickets go on sale in about 3 weeks.
Do we have any idea what's going to happen? Do you think that they're going to do that? Do you think that they're going to start something now, or even have something that has already started that's going on now and last until WrestleMania? Well, I've heard discussion.
Well, let's start by mentioning this. At Bragging Rights Sunday night, The Undertaker lost a buried alive match because the Nexus interfered.
Right, and they had a reason for doing it.
Yes, they have yet to say, but they had a reason for doing it.
Davis.
Now, speculation is that Undertaker has a shoulder injury that could possibly put him out for...
Well, of course he has a shoulder injury. They threw him in a pit. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science. Who's the ignorant one now? That's not appropriate.
So anyway, speculation is that he could be out for 3 to 4 months, and they've decided
that
if he needs surgery, they want him to go ahead and get it done now, so he'll be back in plenty of time for WrestleMania. So, would that lead to a Barrett versus Undertaker feud?
You hit me in the head with a pin.
You deserved it for being.
Do you think? Okay, well, so there was talk about the Cena Nexus storyline having some kind of a showing or playing itself out in some form or fashion at the Royal Rumble.
See, I don't know where people heard that.
I think people. We're guessing. Nobody knows anything.
Well, this is another.
Even people that hear things.
But this is another thing that needs to be brought up, and I think this is the biggest argument that needs to be made. There's a lot of talk of unifying the titles. You know, McMahon wants to do it. They're trying to get him to delay doing that until WrestleMania. So if the main event at WrestleMania is WWE Champion versus World Heavyweight Champion, what about the Royal Rumble? What significance or what role would the winner of the Royal Rumble play in the main event? Will they play a role in the main event? You know, how is that going to work? Because, you know, if the main event is title for title, well, what about the Royal Rumble winner? He's not a champion.
I think the Royal Rumble winner.
I can't. It's hard to say. Say it 10 times real fast.
Did you notice Miz on Raw last night?
Did you know, by the way, this is completely off topic. Chavo Guerrero is the Eagle.
I haven't yet said that, but I love that Eagle. When he comes out, I laugh. It's, oh man, entertaining. But the Miz, he said, Monday Night Raw. Remember, did you hear that?
Whatever, smartass, just go.
I'm just saying. I'm wondering, is this dialect coach Scooby-Doo all of a sudden? I mean...
Right here, buddy. Right here. Right here.
Peace, thank you. How nice that he would wish me peace and prosperity. Okay, so, I would bet you that if there's going to be a title unification, the winner is going to be none other than Mr. Paul Levesque. Triple H.
I don't think so. I think if the Undertaker is one of those champions, it'll be the Undertaker.
Well, then it's not going to be the. Have you seen the WWE magazine? Is it called WWE Heroes? I think that's
the
what it's
comic
called.
book.
Yeah, the comic book.
Yeah, not Undertaker.
Triple H is on every cover. I think on this month's he's on it twice. They have 2 Triple H's, and I'm thinking, what kind of message are we trying to send here?
A very screwed up one.
So I think if they're like I say, but everybody is of course looking forward to the Undertaker. Yeah, go ahead and I'll hold on to it. I'll put it in my pocket because I've got my coffee that I'm finishing. Okay.
I'll do it.
So obviously the Undertaker is a big deal every year, but it doesn't have to be for the title.
So do you see a possible Barrett Taker match at WrestleMania?
No.
You don't think
so? Well, right now I don't know. I don't see. I feel like everything that Undertaker does at this point, from here until he retires, his WrestleMania match has to be hot property. It's got to be something that people are talking about. So he's got to be either facing a champion, or it's got to be something huge, or, Cena,
Undertaker versus Nexus. If Nexus goes to WrestleMania, that will be almost a year. That's a big deal as far as a stable goes.
Yeah.
So Undertaker taking on that, I mean, and if you think of the possibility of all these Nexus guys interfering in the match, and Taker still winning, that could play a big...
Husky Harris looks reptilian.
He is. I'm sorry, I don't like him.
He's shaven, he's done something, and he looks like a... You want him to go...
Like Jabba the
Hutt. That wasn't very nice. Like that little thing that sits on Jabba's... yeah, that thing. What's his name? He has a name. Salacious Crumb. Is that right?
Really? I have no idea.
That rings a bell. I'll Google that. I care more about that than Ireland and like countries in Europe. Star Wars characters, that's where the real future is. I'm kidding. Please, no hate mail.
No, send it all, please.
So what we talked about? Undertaker, Cena. I mean, is that too big a deal? And do we see? Am I the only one who sees Undertaker lasting until 30 to have his record at 30-0, and then he?
Wait. You mean 20-0?
How many does he have?
He's got 18.
No, I'm talking 30, maybe even 50. 20, obviously, is what I mean.
That'd be this year and next year.
This year is 18.
No, this
16.
year will be 19.
Oh, really?
If he gets it,
sooner
yes.
than it is. Mm-hmm. Well, do you think that's going to happen? That's what
okay, here's an interesting thought. Just to throw it out there. Did you see the Lesnar Taker confrontation at the UFC fight the other night?
Yes. I loved it.
Do you think there's a possibility that Lesnar could be making a return?
No.
Dana White says no. Dana White says that Lesnar is under contract.
First of all, Dana is a girl's name. All right.
He will punch you in the face
and White is racist, so he's a racist woman. I say UFC, get it out of here. I'm tough. Yeah, I think it would. As wrestling fans, obviously, we hold that particular industry in a high regard, but the rest of the world might not. And I think that it would hurt Lesnar's, what do you call it? Credibility or hey, let's just
the man just lost, though. I mean, could it hurt? Okay, here's another one. This is another one that I heard. There's a possibility.
This is good. I like this. See, I thought we didn't have much of a video, and now we're just going. I like it.
There's a possibility that
cheers. Ooh, cheers. We did a. Oh, that's good. Everybody knows. And see, hold it up for them to cheer. There we go. I did a fist bump once, a virtual fist bump, and it caught them like wildfire.
Really? Fist bump.
No, you did it wrong. You have to go like this.
I don't do
blow it up.
Bump. No, I don't do the whole blow it up.
No, you have to blow it up.
No, I don't do that.
Otherwise,
I do something else, but we won't get into that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. There's a rumor that Bill Goldberg may be getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, which I personally think is crap. since Macho Man Randy Savage still has yet to be inducted.
Okay,
The man deserves it.
Thank you.
No, I'm sorry. The man deserves it.
I agree.
I know everyone agrees with that.
Now, what is the beef? What is the beef between him and WWE?
We won't mention it in the video because there are children watching.
Is it dirty?
Sort of.
Is it Miss Elizabeth or is it Linda? Oh, what's that girl's name? Stephanie.
Anyway,
Well, you can't.
that's the rumor.
You can't blame her
Anyway.
Yeah, that's silly. Now, Bill Goldberg. Now, I wasn't around during Goldberg's heyday.
You weren't around for him at all.
Well, you're right, but he had a heyday for
Yeah.
which I was not around. You have to ruin it. You have to make me look like an idiot, always.
I do.
But I don't know. I kind of feel, though, the more time passes, the less relevant Bill Goldberg will be, because he had a very short span, did he not? He wrestled for a little
No. He was a fairly big deal in WCW for several years.
Right, I knew that.
As far as WWE goes, yeah, it was about a year, I think.
So, point being, there are people who now remember Goldberg fondly, but they're going to get older and they're going to forget. So if you're going to honor a guy for his contribution to the industry, if it's somebody like Goldberg who had a large contribution for a short amount of time, go ahead and do it. I'm just saying. Who's with me? Blow it up. No, see.
You're an idiot. Well, I mean, the issue that I have with that is there are several wrestlers, Macho Man Randy Savage aside, that deserve
Okay, so let's say
that
it's
deserve
Macho...
to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Like? Let's make a list.
Owen Hart.
Owen.
I think he deserves it.
I cried that time. That time that
No, please.
The night that it was the night after WrestleMania that Brett gave his thank you speech, because I guess he thought he was going away, and then Vince was like, "Okay, come back." But he was wearing a shirt with him and Owen, and he said something about Owen. Everybody starts chanting Owen, and he opened this shirt, and it's an adorable picture of him doing headline. I don't even know, but it just made me tear up. I'm sorry. I'm an emotional guy, which makes me weak. I know. Owen Hart next.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay, we've said that about 40 times. Thank you. And then who do we have? You know who needs to be the guy with the bird on his shoulder. What was his name? Darn it, he needs to be right up there among the great. No. Who going way back? Oh, Bruno Sammartino. Is that his name? That's his last name?
Mm-hmm.
He's one. In fact, he's still around, is he not?
Yes, he's
Still alive.
He's still kicking.
Probably not. And oh, good.
What was that?
That's a cat.
God.
I can only hope that's not a good joke. That's not a good joke. Anyway, yeah, there are people, and then and then they seem to bring a, or do they, a non-wrestling figure in that they honor every year, right? I mean, we could have
so to speak.
We could have a manager,
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose, Bob Uecker. I need to see his...
Bob Barker. How about that one?
Oh, I need to see Bob Uecker's... Is it Uecker? His induction speech. Because I loved him on Mr. Belvedere. Okay, now we've completely lost... Okay.
Completely lost the topic.
We've discussed Hall of Fame. We've discussed Jimmy Hart. They probably wouldn't let Jimmy in at this point.
Why not?
Well, because he's got a TNA... Is he still doing TNA stuff or not?
I don't know.
Anyway. All right, so...
well, another one that they've wanted, that I know Vince has wanted for a long time, is good old Sting.
Stinger.
He's been wanting to bring in Sting. You know, when Sting decides to finally, hang up the boots, if you will. He wants to induct him into the Hall of Fame and bring him in for, a WrestleMania appearance. I think that would be outstanding. Personally. Will Sting do it? Probably not.
Sure he will, once he's retired.
I don't see him doing it. He's the only big name wrestler that has never worked for the WWE, and I think he takes pride in that.
The Grand Wizard. That is who they need to induct. Not of the KKK. I think his name was the Grand Wizard.
Hate mail coming your way today, buddy.
No. Grand.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. I got the DVD. It's back there somewhere. All right. Anything else we want to talk about?
That's it. I think you've pissed him off enough.
No. Dana White. Dana White is the racist.
He's gonna come and punch you in the face. Dude, you don't screw with Dana White.
Okay. We're gonna stop talking now. Thank you for watching. We'll see y'all very soon. Adios.
Peace, everybody.